guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with another update to the Vacation Family Truckster. And I've been working on a lot of the little details that all need to come together before the final assembly can begin. And one of those is the wheels. So what I've got here is one of the hubcaps that I showed in the last video, and a tire from my parts box. I believe this is out of an MPC kit. And while I really like the overall shape of it and the fact that it's hollow so it'll fit over the wheels nice, it does need to have a green sidewall. So that's what I'm going to be showing off right now. I've got a gel pen I picked up at Michael's, and one of the other nice things about this tire is it's got this little raised lip. So all I have to do is go very careful. Don't put any real pressure on it, just let the gel flow out of the pen onto that raised rib. And as you can see, it's drawing a nice clean line right around the edge here. Now, the same general technique can be used if the tire doesn't have this raised rib on it. What you need for that is a circle template, and pick that up in the office aisle of any big box store or Staples, Office Max, anything like that. And just lay that on the tire and go around the inside of the circle the same way that I'm doing this here. That method's actually a little bit quicker, but because this tire otherwise fit so perfectly with what I wanted, I'm doing it this way. And, not really too worried about making a mistake on this, because if I do, this will just clean off with a little rubbing alcohol. But, that's basically it. See, got a nice clean green sidewall here. So now I'm going to take the hubcap, drop that in, and it looks pretty good from this side, but it's a bit too narrow. So I'm going to fix that with one of these. Another item from my parts box. I have no idea what kit it came off of, but enough of them have been supplied over the years, and I had a lot of them to choose from. But these ones fit just about perfect. So what I'm going to do is going to put a couple little dots of super glue. And I don't need to run a full bead. A little bit is going to go a long way, so I'm just putting them at 12, 3, 6, and 9. Take my... throw it on the floor. I take my sleeve, press it in here, and there we go. Got a full width wheel now to match the wider tire. And here are the other 3 to go with it. So now all I need is a set of brakes to work with these, and for that I'm going to go with the brake backing plates from Scenes Unlimited. I did not want to go with a disc drum combination like was probably on the real car, because hey, it's the Truckster. Aside from wheels, I also did more work on the chassis. I have the floor pan attached to the frame now. Got a scratch-built exhaust system with a catalytic converter, I believe out of Revell's Jeep kit. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I think that's where that's from. And on the top side, you've seen most of this, but I decided to lean into the truck part of Truckster and give it an ugly ribbed rubber floor mat back here. This is just made out of some roofing material that was cut to shape and then folded so that it fit the contours of the floor. And I also made a little space saver donut spare tire. If you're the right age, you remember these awful things. And just for comparison, here it is next to the tires that are going on the 4 corners. And I'm going to mount it right here over the rear axle, figuring that is the worst possible place that it could go. I figure right there it is simultaneously in the way and impossible to get to. I made the wheel by taking a scrap piece I found in my parts box. It's an old Mopar wheel from a glue bomb. You can see it's pretty well chewed up. I just narrowed it and then drilled out all the appropriate holes before painting it black and mounting it to the smallest tire that I could reasonably find in my parts box. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy how that turned out. And I also have the rear axle assembled now, and this is a really weird sub-assembly. It's got basically lowering blocks on the springs, And I was going to fix it, but then I said, no, a weird setup like this is totally appropriate. But I'm not going to mount it on the frame yet because I need to check it with the body, see if it needs to go forward, backwards, up and down. I just want to make sure that it's fully centered in the wheel well before I glue anything together on that. And speaking of the body, I have the bulk of the trim done on it now. The headlights and marker lights were all done with a chrome Gundam marker. The window trim here, all done in bare metal foil. Both sides done. Still need to do the immediate window frames as well as the back here and the gold for the crowns on the sides. For the wood paneling itself, made myself a decal sheet. Now, I'm not going to put these on until I've got everything else basically done because I don't want to be handling it with these as the top layer. It's just asking for trouble. I think that's pretty much it though. Kind of nearing the home stretch. Got a little more trim to do on the body, get the glass installed, and then it'll be time to pull together all of the major sub-assemblies and do the final detail work. I will be working on that. I will have another update next week, so you can check back then, and thanks for watching.